Welcome to Do I Need This? We're two millennial moms figuring it out in real time.
This is a mix of shopping, life, and chaos. From impulsive buys to real conversations we usually keep to ourselves.
So the question is, do you need this or something more? Hi everyone, welcome to Do I Need This? I am Jen.
And I'm Alexa.
And welcome back to our podcast. Thank you guys for listening. So what's been going on? Give me the tea. It has been a week, that I know that for sure. So give us everything.
It has definitely been a week. Life update, I guess. Let's start with that. I have been very, very, very emotional this week. Been in like a difficult place. I'm going to give that a little bit of credit to like my luteal phase that has destroyed me this week.
Dude, the luteal phase is...
It is brutal. My God. Not enough
I hate
people
it.
talk about that. But
No.
like legit. But I've been having a lot of feelings about my son going away to college. I did not think it was going to hit me in this way. I've literally cried every day this week. And then I do it to myself, right? Because I start looking at his baby pictures and I start looking at his like kindergarten graduation. And it's been much rougher than I actually ever expected. And I think there's like two sides to it, right? Where I'm happy for him and I want to show him I'm happy for him. Like I don't want him walking through the door and I'm here crying, like I miss you. So it's such a like dichotomy when it comes to like the feelings, right? Like I want to show him how proud I am because I think he's being so brave and whatnot. But by the same token, I am literally torn apart.
And to give our listeners some context too, he's graduating college and he's graduating high school and he is has just made the decision to actually move away from home. Which also, to give our listeners some context, I feel like especially culturally in Miami, I feel as though a lot of people don't do that. At least my history from some of the kids or our friends' kids, a lot of them do tend to stay a little bit closer to home, and your son has decided to move away, which I did, you did. So just to give everyone like a little bit of context.
A little bit of background. I'm obviously super proud of him. I just think that going back to that mom guilt that we've talked about before, I got myself in like a not great place because I started thinking about, he's my firstborn, right? So he had to go through a lot. Like I had his brother and then I had his sister. So I just kind of started like reflecting a lot on like where I am now with like my middle son and my daughter who's currently 11. And I went through this phase of like, I don't remember my oldest son at 11. Of course I do, but it was just such a haze and it was so fast and there was so much going on and I was raising the other kids and, you know, my daughter was little at that point and I started to kind of spiral of like, was I there enough for him? Does he remember that I was there? Then I went back to school because I changed, you know, majors or careers or whatever. And I'm like, was I absent for a long period of time? I just took myself down a dark path and I had to reach out. I had to, you know, talk to my husband. I had to talk to my best friend. I texted you. And even just like at work, talk to my friends about it. Like I'm not having a great day. And I just did not think that it was going to hit me this hard.
Yeah.
You know, here I am.
And I will preface that, like, please don't cry because you know how awkward I get when people cry.
I won't. And I'm in a good place right now.
I'm kidding. Our listeners should know that, like, I'm extremely awkward and people cry. I'm like, they're there as I touch them with a broom.
You're like, hey, don't cry.
Someone help them. No. But that's very, I mean, obviously very common, right? And we kind of touched on this, you and I, which we have this funny thing where we're like, we leave each other these really long voice notes because, like, you know, don't call. Yes. And our voice notes, sometimes I feel like I'm like, wait, we're doing our whole podcast here as we're discussing this. And I think one of the things that's super interesting that you mentioned is that you're worried that he doesn't, like, he might be reflecting back on thinking like you didn't spend enough time with him, or that thing.
Mhm.
However, his experience is his own experience, right?
Right.
And your middle son's experience is his own experience, your daughter's experience is hers, and I'm the oldest of three as well. So I think it's actually, being the oldest, I think it's such a privilege to have grown up having your siblings there and seeing it that way,
Yeah.
almost in a way. Whereas my youngest sister, when she was in that same stage of like moving out, going to college, we were already gone.
Right.
And she didn't have, that's a whole different struggle, right? Like,
Right.
whereas she might have had more of the attention and more of the ability to be with my parents and have their, like you mentioned earlier, you were on our call waiting because your kids are older and I
Right.
was just bullying my child to go to bed. And it's just a different experience, whereas like when he was younger, it was, you were in the trenches,
Yeah.
you were fighting for your life, trying to get this one to bed, this one to eat dinner, this one in diapers, this one out of diapers. So it is really his own experience. And I think also remembering that if you're worried that you're doing a good job, you're doing a good job. And I know we said this before, but I think obviously easier said than done, and
For
it's
sure.
not. It's not. And I know you have some hard days ahead of you in the
I
next couple
do.
months, and
I
it's
do. But I think it was, when you told me that the other day, I was like, if I hadn't leaned on you and like reached out to you, I wouldn't have gotten that perspective. And I think that was really helpful because it's true. I had never thought of the fact that he's had the experience of all his siblings. Versus how my daughter, you're right, when she does get ready to go to college, it's going to be just her at that point if the other one decides to go away. But it's important to reach out. I think this week, if anything, I've learned that talking through things definitely makes a difference. Just even you don't need to have a solution for me, and neither does my
correct.
best friend, and
Hmm.
just kind of getting it off my chest and just even talking about it with my husband, like his experience and what he's going through, and
Hmm.
it definitely helped. I do
Sometimes
think
like verbalizing those inner demons too is just like,
for sure.
how you're feeling isn't rational, right? Like, you gave him a great
Yeah.
life and you're continually giving him a great life, but just like verbalizing those demons to be like, let me say this out loud so I can say this is not my truth, and
Yeah.
like my brain is saying this thing, but like, brain, you're wrong right now. And
Yeah.
it's just those insecurities that we have, of like the anxieties that we face with like in a day to day.
Absolutely. But, I always say being a mom is the most beautiful and frightening. And it's just it's the two polar opposites, right? The two extremes. It's the most amazing thing ever, yet you wear your heart on your sleeve
Oh my gosh,
at all times. Like,
it's like the way that they say like a piece of you is out there walking on the earth, and you're never at peace ever again.
yeah, it's wild.
You're like, and I even remember that like right after I had him as a baby, and I remember thinking like, I'm like never gonna be the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's truly like a piece of you is just like walking around, like, and you're worried like, is someone bullying them? Is someone, are they being nice? Are they, like all of those things that you think about all the time. And there's a really, it gets to be a slippery slope of going to a dark side when you can like really think of those inner demons, and you really have to be like, I've done everything that I can do, and I'm doing the best that I can. And I think
For sure.
it's a difficult pill to swallow for sure.
Yeah, for sure. But I'm in a better place. I'm
Yeah,
good. I think again, just talking about it and just even laughing at myself and realizing that I am being irrational is helpful. And then also finding those friends that are in the same situation. Like
for sure.
there's someone, one of my son's roommates that's going away. Like I text that mom all the time and I'm like, how you doing? And she's like, not well. I'm like, me neither. So, just finding that common ground. But
No, for sure. I mean, I truly can't. I can't imagine struggling in a similar sense of, now Caleb's going into kindergarten and I have like the preschool graduation, and I'm like, how?
right.
How am I having like this I don't know. It's like almost like you said, it's like it happens so fast.
So quick.
And I know everyone says that, and I'm like, okay, yeah, it happens so fast. But it's like it happens so fast. I feel like the first year of their life is so long because you're
Yeah.
just like so in the trenches. But then after that, it's like in a second it flies by. And now I'm like, I'm thinking this is gonna be me tomorrow, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that whole feeling of all of that is going to be so close, and it's just the whole feeling of it is wild.
Yeah, it is. But I thank God we have each other and we
Yeah.
keep keeping on.
I mean, these are good problems to have, right?
Yes,
Like
of
we're
course. Of course.
it's
We're grateful.
I think about that sometimes when I'm frustrated and I'm like, maybe someone who wants to have kids or someone who maybe has lost a child would love to be arguing with their child at
Yeah.
nighttime. So I try to
Yeah.
like ground myself, and that's also there's like the two flip sides of it. Like you should also be able to be like frustrated with life
Right.
too. But
Yeah, you
also
can.
being like I'm grateful like you have such a good kid who has worked so hard. He's going to go away to college and
Yeah.
experience great things and learn great things. And he's so driven. Like, he's going
Yeah.
to do so well in college.
So
Like,
well. But then I think back, I'm like, how did I go away? Like my mom had like zero way of getting in touch with me. I think cell phones had just come
it's
out. Like,
insane.
what? How did she let me go? I talked to her today and I was like, Mom, like how'd you do this? And she's like, I just prayed a lot and just, we would just hope for the best. I'm like, okay, that's nice.
No, that's terrifying. I actually, I can't imagine. Like, I, and I think our generation is a little bit different too. Like, and we're gonna touch on this today is generations and generational cycles and everything, but it's I don't know, it's weird. You see these different there's actually a ton of research showing like the different parenting styles that has occurred throughout various decades, and not to say like our parents' generation was hands off, but they just didn't have access to similar things that we do now, like social media. I mean, Life 360 in
Oh my
itself, like,
gosh, yeah.
oh God, thank God there wasn't Life 360 so that my mom could see me like in a field
Oh my
drinking my way
God.
into oblivion. Like,
You know what I thought about the other day? That there was no ring cameras. Thank God. Like how many times
oh
did
my
we like
gosh.
stumble in or I would be like, no, I got here at 11 and it was like 2 in the morning.
They literally
But
can't breathe, like
yeah,
breathe too fast, and now it like shows how fast they're going in a car and
yeah, yeah,
all of
yeah,
these things. So I get that. I don't know. It's like a as a parent, I'm like slay. Like,
yeah.
give
Thank
me.
God.
Can you chip him?
Yes,
Chip
yes, go
him and
ahead.
send me his location on an update. Like his pulse is this, his temperature is this, he's traveling at this speed.
Man,
But
yeah,
no, I think that there at some point you do have to be like, I've done everything I can do, taught them the right things, and like let go and let God,
yep,
let them make the right
absolutely,
choices. I know that they can. I think also just like knowing that your kids can lean on you if they need that,
for sure.
which I guess can just like kind of bring us into our deeper topic that we wanted to talk about today is we really wanted to talk about breaking generational cycles.
Hmm.
We are both millennials, and both raising kids in this new age of social media and everything. And our parents raised us differently, like I just mentioned earlier, based on the situations that they've been in. And I think that's one of the things that has been really, I'm trying to really focus on that of being intentional as a parent in different ways that I feel like, not to say my parents didn't do a good job, but like focus on various things and really like harp on what's important and being accepting and different things in that sense.
For sure.
What would you say are some of the things as a parent that you've been intentional as far as like breaking those type of cycles?
I think for me, one of the most important things has been just talking a lot to my kids and just having very open communication. I joke about it with my friends, but my mom and my dad didn't talk to us about anything. And when I say anything, I mean anything.
Hmm.
And obviously, at an age appropriate level, I've been talking to the kids since they were tiny. Like when the boys, when I got pregnant with Mila, and they were like, where is she living? And I'm like, in my belly. Where does she come out of? I'm like, let's show you an age appropriate, video of what a birth looks like. And I had gone on a website, and everybody don't freak out, that was like specific for siblings, that were wanting to ask questions. And we answered those tough questions, same when they got a little older, because I think I had, again, my parents did the best they could given the tools that they had, right? But looking back now, I even talked to my mom about it. I'm like, we didn't talk about sex. We didn't talk about, the changes in my body. We didn't
Hmm.
talk about, anything. And, she recognizes that now. And she tells me all the time how proud she is of the fact that I stopped that, right? Because imagine if she didn't talk to me about it, imagine what her like upbringing was like.
Yeah.
1940s, Costa Rica, not even here in the United States, different country. They didn't talk about anything. So that's been big for me and my husband. And I think it's worked well. The kids know it's a safe space. We can ask anything and everything. There is no topic that we don't talk about. So, sometimes it's very uncomfortable.
Hmm.
But I think it's
And it's
worked.
only uncomfortable because of your history of it, right?
Correct.
Because so for them, when they have kids, that's going to be like nothing to them.
Right.
Like, and that's why it's so important in breaking these cycles,
Hmm.
because from even like a safety standpoint, and
Yeah.
I'm trying to be intentional in that too by calling body parts like anatomically correct body parts, because research has shown that kids are less likely to be abused if they are able to correctly identify their body and different things like that. And obviously that's my worst nightmare. I don't want that to happen, but I want to be intentional in saying like, this isn't your pee pee, different things like that. So I, as a parent, it's uncomfortable for me too to like be saying this to my 5 year old. Like, and
Yeah.
at the time he was like a 2 year old. Like that was
Right.
even weirder. But and I remember you mentioning this before, like you want your kids to be able to like come to you like if they have a problem with something too, like something doesn't feel right, or you want them to not hide things and be able to really express if something is bothering them or they need your assistance in something. And I think, at least for me, that's a very different piece of what was with my parents.
Hmm.
Is I think the intention was that they did want to be like, you can come to me if you have been drinking and you don't have a ride home. And I do really think they meant that, but I never felt comfortable with that. Like I was never going to be like, I'll come to you for help, or if I'm in trouble, I was going to be like, no, I'm going to figure this out because I'm going to be grounded if I come home and
Yeah.
X, Y, and Z happen. And even like in hindsight, I feel as though like I put myself in some dangerous situations that I hope to God my son will not put himself in. And I've said this to my husband before, that I don't care if he's older and he's at a party and drinking and he has to take an Uber home and it costs $1,000. I
Yeah.
don't care. I will pay
Doesn't
it.
matter. Yeah.
I don't
Same.
like there's only one of him. There's this, his safety is like of my utmost importance. And I want him to be able to say those things. Now, do I think I'm going to be the parent that's like, you and your friends can drink at my house? Like,
Absolutely not.
no,
No, no,
absolutely
no,
not.
no. We're not doing
I
that either.
no, it's more just like I want you to be able to like tell me things so
Yeah.
that like I can help you in a situation. If you get in trouble, you're able to come to me with that and I can help you. Like I
Yeah.
don't want something bad to happen to my
For
child.
sure. And again, it's back to that balance. I think I've talked about that on every episode, right? Like balance in everything. Like, I don't know, we can talk about things, but then you just like I'm gonna open up myself and talk to you and answer questions. You've also got to be open with me and tell me
Hmm.
things. And it's worked out for us, like I've had amazing conversations with the boys about things that I wouldn't even think that they would share with me. And sometimes I'm like, oh shit, poker face, because I wasn't
Yeah.
expecting that.
Hmm.
Um, and the other way I think about it too, if I don't talk to them about it, someone else is, and they're going to give them
Right.
the wrong information. God only knows what they're going to say to them. So, buck up. We got to talk
Yeah.
about
Let
things
it
that,
let it be you that gives them the information that they're receiving. And I feel that I want that relationship with my child for the rest of my life, right? Like I want I read I'm in these like mom groups and stuff and I read these things about and I have a son, so I'm going to be like the boy's mom, like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
mom on the boy side of the family, which like I don't love, but it's fine. I'm working through that. But I want to be like, I hope one day, whether my son is married to a woman or a man, I want if their partner is like, your mom is overbearing in such way, like I want to be able to take that feedback and be like, how can I help you? Like
Right,
maybe one day I won't be in the delivery room of my
right.
grandchildren, but I want to be like, how can I support you in a way? Like,
Yeah.
I want to be that mother in law that they're like, we want to hang out with you. We want to bring you into our lives. So, obviously, he's 5, and I'm thinking like way far in advance, and like, I don't need to. But those are the type of things that I think about of the type of relationship that I want to have as a parent. And and honestly, my parents did an amazing job. I had an amazing childhood. I tell my friends like
Hmm.
my mom is an amazing mom and she still continues to be like an amazing parent for me, grandparent.
Yeah,
My dad too, but like my mom is I'm very
yeah.
close with her and I try to think about things that they did. One of the things that I try to do differently, which is also very hard for me, is apologizing to my child when I've like lost my shit.
Oh, that's such a good one.
And I actually did it earlier tonight, so like should probably apologize about that, but it's fine. But those are some of the things that I feel like at least my parents like they didn't really like apologize. If they yelled at us or
No.
they were frustrated and now I know. First of all, you have 3 kids. My mom had 3 kids. At one point she had 3 kids, 3 cats and 3 dogs.
Oh my
I've
God.
told her how you did not like lose your mind just
Absolutely.
feeding that many mouths is like
Yeah.
just the like idea. Sometimes my dog, I'm like, oh my god, I gotta get up and feed him, like, and it like once it sends me over the edge. So I in like the stressors of a day, working full time, coming home, making dinner, all of that. Tonight I lost my mind because I was like, go to bed, put your pajamas on and go to bed, like stop messing around. But in my head I'm like, he's little. Like I
Yeah.
don't need to. So it's that same thing where I'm trying to be more intentional of saying I'm sorry if I did lose my mind and say like I shouldn't have been frustrated with you. You did X, Y, and Z. And we try to, have him apologize if he
Yeah.
has done something that is unexpected or, out of his character too, which that's just one of the things. It's like if we make him apologize, then we need to
How
also
could we not?
apologize.
Of
Yeah.
course. I
Like
love that. I
that's
think
so that's
that's
one of the
big.
things I've been working on.
That's big. I started doing that, I think, when like the boys were younger. I had read it somewhere. I don't remember what book at that point I had read, and I'm like, wow, that's such an eye-opening thing. And I would, because when the boys were little, I would lose my shit all the time. And imagine 2 boys, and
Oh my gosh, and a baby.
yeah, because at that point I think I had already had Mila and it was a lot. But now I think obviously the older I am, like the less I give a shit about things. So I'm a lot
Yeah.
more calmer. But I had to actively apologize. And I remember I was like, this feels so foreign because it had never happened to
Hmm.
me. But I love that you guys are incorporating that early. That's so beautiful.
And we try to check ourselves too. Like sometimes I'll be like, Matt, like you don't need to talk to him like that. Like you're like just and he's like, wait, you're right. Like that wasn't called for. Like that I
Yeah,
need to, and obviously there's like I said, there's different stressors in different situations. Like we were just on vacation last week and I felt like I was stressed about something and then he was doing something to annoy me and I was like stop doing that and I was like yelling at him and Matt's like he's just a kid like making
right.
making sounds. Then he's like you're the one bringing attention to it and I'm a freaking behavior analyst and I'm like I know I am but stop
Not
doing
right now.
that.
Not right
And I'm like
now.
I know exactly what I need to be doing and it's so funny after so many years of parent training with parents and being like, why do these parents not listen to what the fuck I'm saying?
And then
Now
it's like
being like,
we do the same
ugh, and
shit. I know.
and here I am yelling, and here I am just like losing my mind or like reinforcing when I know what I should be doing. It's crazy. It's
Yeah.
just crazy, like instinctually, or I don't even know if it's instinct, but just like how just it's your go-to. Sometimes you're just like the yelling and the snapping, and that is like, I wouldn't talk to my friend like that. Like, why am I
Right.
talking to him like that, you know?
Yeah. We're just trying to survive, honestly. That's what we're doing.
I know we are. And we have access to so much research now too.
So yeah.
Research and opinions and all of those things. Like we knowing all of that, you want to like select the right path for yourself. Like I try to say I'm not like a I don't know, like I'm not it's weird. Like I like follow some of the things, but then I'm like also like my kid's gonna eat like red dye popsicles.
Yeah. Pick
Like
your battles.
you know what I mean? Like all the kids are eating McDonald's chicken nuggets off the ground. Like it's fine.
We
But
used to eat dirt and we're fine.
I know. So like things like that, but then I'm like, no, I'm gonna keep him in the rear facing car seat as long
Yes.
as I can for so I try to like follow X, Y, and Z in a way, but then like pick my battles in such a way of like, okay,
You have to.
maybe he could be eating a little healthier or maybe, I could cut down a little bit on the screen time. But then again, I am a working mom and I work from home and my husband is in court most days. And when Caleb is sick, like, unfortunately, I have to be the parent that is there with him. And I'm so grateful I'm in a situation that I am able to do that.
Right.
But so the days that happens, like, I don't have the luxury of being like, not like to give him my 100% of
Right.
attention. So
You're
I
to
have to
follow a schedule that day. Like that's
yeah.
crazy. You got
No,
to do what
your
you got to do.
TV is on, or a day that there's a teacher work day, they have like 600 of them.
They
And
do.
and those days I'm like, "You know what? You're watching TV today. Like
Yeah.
you like have your pick at it." And that might not be the best solution, but we're just trying to survive.
It's true, and they're loved and they're cared for and
Hmm.
they're in a safe environment. So again, reminding ourselves that we're doing the best we can, truthfully.
Yeah.
So
It's tough. For our listeners, any recommendations on, or are there any generational curses? Oh my God.
I
Any
mean,
generational curses? No.
I mean, but honestly, some of them are. I
I
was
know.
telling you the other day that I have something that I've also been working on, which is like the scarcity mentality.
Mm.
That's how I was raised. I mean, it probably has a lot to do with the fact that I'm an immigrant to this country and my parents left their everything to come here. So it was always like, you can't do that because we don't have enough for that. Or, be careful with this because we're not gonna have enough. And I have caught myself in situations where I kind of think like that. And I'm like, wait, that's not my current situation. Like, that's not, I don't have to buy 6 tubes of toothpaste because I'm not going to have money next week. Thankfully, I'm blessed to not be in that situation. And I know so many people are, and I'm so cognizant of that. But I've had to kind of like unprogram, is that even a word? Like deprogram? I don't know. But take myself out of that and be like, okay, that is not your situation right now. Recognize it for what it's worth. That is what you lived, but that's not where you are right now. And, teach the kids that there is value in things and we just don't spend money wherever and however because we want to. And we don't order DoorDash 10 times a week because we
Hmm.
just want to. But also, again, that balance of okay, that's not my situation,
Yeah.
so yeah, it is like a generational curse and breaking that, of like just always feeling like there's never going to be enough and
Yeah.
things are or even that like what's going to happen next. Like I think my parents were very like that because we had and then we didn't and then we had and then we didn't. So it was always like when is the next shoe going to drop? And thankfully right now that is not my situation. So you sometimes forget that you're in these wonderful moments because you're worried about, hey, what if this happens? And then you end up not enjoying how hard you've worked for whatever you have now. So
Yeah. No, I get that. My husband is absolutely a hoarder. Like he for sure is a hoarder. My grandma is a hoarder. And I mean not like real hoarders, but like they like to
yeah,
hoard
yeah,
things.
yeah.
I'm what you call an opposite of a hoarder in that like if I'm tired of looking at it, I want to throw it in the trash.
Same.
And there's got to be a middle ground to that, right? I'm sure many people fall in that middle ground. And I recently read something that said like if if there was poop on it, would you throw it out or would you keep it and like wash it? And that's kind of like a
That's your
that's
thing.
my and I'm like, you know what? I don't need this. Like I this is not so I it's so hard for me because I just when I don't want something around anymore, it's gone. Like I cannot look at it
Right.
anymore. I don't want it. But my grandma will be like, "Oh, I had this thing 1984. It was this certain bowl and it sat right here." And I'm like, "Bro, like you
Well, it's vintage now, so
I
wait,
know,
hold
which I
on.
actually like I already told her I was like, "You better put those vintage Pyrexes in your will. They're going to me, like nobody else cuz they're actually really cute."
Yeah.
But different things like that and I'm like, "Grandma, like that's not a like it's okay. Like I'll buy you a new bowl or a new or she'll be like and I it's so funny my youngest sister like loves to wear my grandma's clothes.
Oh, okay. We
She's
love
like
that.
31 and she's like loves my grandma's style, I guess. I don't know. And my grandma will be like, "Oh, Alyssa could have worn this dress to the wedding because I had it. It's been in my closet, but when because my mom is kind of like me, she likes to get rid of stuff and she's like, "But
Yeah.
when your mother moved me out of the house, she threw everything out." And I'm like, "Oh God." My mom's like, "Whatever, I'll take the blame. I don't care."
Oh,
But yeah,
that's
that's
funny.
hard. It's just generationally and probably similar to like the way your mom was raised, like the way my grandma was raised. Like she
Yeah.
was born in the 30s. Like
Yeah.
the 30s was here in the USA, and they were immigrants from Czechoslovakia that came over through Staten Island through
No,
you,
Staten Island,
you
right?
no
No?
no Ellis Island.
Oh my God. So, wow. Okay, so we both failed
Oh my gosh,
geography or
I'm
history, whatever
sorry.
that was. Can
History,
you cut
U.S.
that out?
history.
Can you edit that out,
We'll
please?
cut this out.
I wasn't born in this country. That's my claim to
You have an
fame.
excuse. I literally don't. I have literally no excuse. Through Ellis Island, and because of that, I feel like her and her family was just like
Yeah,
they were
different
so at different
different life
times.
experience for sure.
Yeah,
I have helped my kids look for shit that I know I've thrown away. Like that's the kind of person I am. I'm like, let's look for that toy. And I'm like, I
like,
know I threw that away 3 weeks ago.
and this is actually a parenting hack. Like, if you're cleaning up toys and like you find like a couple pieces to one thing, you don't know where the rest of it is.
Throw it out.
Trash, right in the
Throw it
trash.
out.
Like I do that all the time. I was just at the kindergarten meeting and one of the moms was like, "I've been saving all the papers." I swear they come home with 10 worksheets a day of like
They
tracing.
do. They
And she's
do.
like, "I've been saving all the papers." I'm like, "You've been saving them?" I literally take it out of the thing, trash, shove it down into the trash. Caleb will open the trash can. He's like, "Mommy, this is my paper." And I'm like, who put that in there?
So crazy. How did that get there? I still have like boxes of things because then I get started to feel guilty about
I
throwing it away.
know. I don't
And but
see.
then I don't want to look at them because it makes me sad. So I'm like, why do I have them? I don't want to look at them. It takes me again, it makes me want to cry. So I'm
I
like, why
know.
do I do this to myself?
Well, my mom has a box and it has stuff of like my stuff, and I literally was
Yeah.
like, Mom, throw it out. I don't want it." She's like, "No." She's still keeping it in her garage. I'm like, "Whatever. You hold on to whatever you want." But like, I also don't want that shit. Like, I don't want that
No,
in my
no,
house
thank you.
either.
No, we don't want it.
Um, well, I love that, and I think yeah, our listeners can let us know if there's anything that they've worked through or any tips or
They can
different
relate.
generational. Yeah, do you relate to this? Do you feel as though what have you been trying to do that's been different from the way you were raised and is it working, is it not working? We'll all find this out when our kids are in therapy what they're saying.
That's
That'll
true.
be that'll be that the next cycle and they're
The
going to be
next
like they
iteration.
loved us too much. They
They're
came to
so
every
annoying.
event.
Oh my God, for sure. That's gonna happen.
I also saw this TikTok that was like just a joke of like the schools these days. They're like they call, "Hey, it's eat a popsicle with your kid day at 9:42 on a Tuesday. Come or don't come and your child will be the only one without a
Without a
parent." And like
parent. It's true.
whereas like
It's
I feel
true.
like our parents were just like, "No." Like
We're not going. I can't make
or,
it.
or they didn't have it. Now there's literally something every week. You got to do this. Your kids got to be dressed in this. They have to have X, Y, and Z. It's Earth Day. I sent them in the wrong shirt on Earth
Yeah,
Day.
the frog shirt on Earth Day,
It
right?
was
Something like that.
I
That was
said
amazing.
it was Save the Frog Day. I ordered the shirt, went to open the Save the Frog shirt. It was the Earth Day shirt, which Earth Day already passed, so I missed the day that you sent him in the Earth Day shirt. I said, "You know what? You're wearing the Earth Day shirt to Frog Day." He's like, "But it's Frog Day." I was like, "I don't fucking care what day it is. You're wearing your Earth Day shirt."
Every day is Earth Day, baby.
Exactly. And frogs live on the earth and, that's all we can
See,
do.
yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
100%.
I'm like, where do I got to donate money to? Like, geez.
Have the shirts at school. Just give him one.
Oh my gosh, so that was my issue this week. All right, I love that. Okay, so we're gonna get into the do I need
Yes. Let me
this
look at my
segment.
things. What did I need? Oh, yeah. Okay. I know what I was going to ask.
Okay, mine is interesting.
Okay.
I have a dog who is 13. He's a big
Marley.
he's a big dog. We rescued him 12 years ago yesterday.
Oh my gosh.
And I know he was in our wedding. He's traveled the country with us. He is such a good dog, but he's 13 and he's a big dog. And I'm not unaware of what happens to animals.
Yeah.
And I am on the fence of do I get another dog? And my issue is I really don't want another dog. I watch my mom's dog a lot and he's fine. Like, but when I have two dogs, it's like annoying. Like it's like one more mouth to feed and like one other body in this house. So I don't really want another dog. However, I want to do it more for my child to be like, how can I protect him more? Will the loss be easier? It could
Right.
even give Marley additional time on his life having a buddy. So I'm in this, I don't know, issue of, well, first of all, I have to convince my husband, but do I try to convince him to get another dog now that my dog is alive, or do I wait? Or do I not get another dog? I mean, I'm gonna get another dog, but like, I don't know. What are your thoughts? As someone who has three dogs, what
As
what do you
someone who
think?
has three dogs, absolutely. Get the dog.
Yeah,
100%.
I
Yeah.
think I need to.
Yeah. You would rescue it again, like a
Yeah, we
yeah.
would rescue a dog either through like a rescue and similar. And I wouldn't get like a puppy. I don't want a puppy. Like I
Yeah.
mean a young dog. I would get like a 1 to 2 year old dog.
Yeah.
I don't want like a new puppy. Like I already know in myself like I don't want to be potty training and the chewing and the
Mhm.
I love puppies and I love animals and dogs, but I would rather like go to a shelter and we pick out a dog and do it that way. And Marley's really good with dogs, so good with
Right.
dogs. So like it would just have to be a dog that gets along with other dogs, but Marley would
For sure.
have literally no issue with that. So
Oh, that would probably make Marley so happy.
I
I think so. I
know.
think it's
I
a good
think so too.
idea.
But like I said, I really don't want one because it's just
Right.
like when you travel, it's like the
One more thing.
whole it's one more thing. So but I'm trying to, like weigh my options of like, put in the extra work because you can make your kid, like
Yeah.
finding the balance in that.
You're gonna end up with another dog. I'm just letting
I
you know.
know. So
Yeah.
TBD on that.
Show us
Um,
your dog next week. No, I'm just
I'll be
kidding.
like,
Guys. Oh
this
man.
is Prince.
Oh my gosh. Well, for me, I was thinking, actually, I think I asked you about this. I was wondering if I need to get myself those little like these like booster machines, I think. Let me look at the name. It's by Medicube, right?
Oh, I love
And
Metacube.
do you know what I'm talking about? It's called the
Yes.
Booster
Yeah, it's like
Pro,
a
and it's
little
supposed to like
thing.
help whatever, I guess, like serums and creams that you use like penetrate into your skin deeper.
Okay.
But I looked at the reviews, they weren't great. And it's not cheap. It was like a $200 like thing. And I was like, there was one that was like $1,000, which I'm like, okay, that's not happening. I just go to my derm for that. But I was wondering, like, is it effective? Does it really help? Does it make a difference? My husband thinks it does. And he's like, what are you going to do now? Like, why would you get that?
I'm
He's
like
like,
anything.
everything I can. So either that or do I need that red light face mask? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I've been on the fence on one of those red light masks.
Mhm.
Honestly, I kind of want to also invest in one.
I think I might. I mean, we do all
Yeah,
this other stuff, right? Like, and all
I
these
know.
serums and creams, like maybe that's like something that I might look into.
I mean, I don't think it can be bad for you. I think that's all, like whether it's scammy or not. But honestly, I like all those like preventative things if you can do them. It's better to do things before you may really need it. And I similarly, we know more, so we do more. So yeah, any derms that they want to like
Yeah,
sponsor us, send us a couple red light masks or let us know
let
which
us
ones to
know.
get.
Yes. Or any
Um,
of our listeners that are using them and it works, like I'd love to know because there's so many products out there too. I'm like, okay, I'm not getting it off the TikTok shop. I will say that.
The TikTok shop, man. That
TikTok shop.
I like everything is a TikTok shop ad. I'm like, but then I'm like, is it legit things? Like I don't
Yeah.
know.
Am I gonna get them ever?
Yeah. Do we get them? Are they real? Are they gonna like set my house on fire? Because they
And then I'm such an old lady that I'll find it on TikTok and then I'll go look for it on Amazon and I'm like, no,
yeah,
it's safer. And then I'm like, wait, it's $20 more on Amazon, but I'm like, but maybe I'll actually get it. I don't know.
I know.
I'm thinking about it because I don't know. I've heard that it works. So yeah.
Okay. I mean, I'm also down to try. Maybe we do a little
So we're gonna have
experiment and
our
see.
bonnets. We're gonna have
Yes.
our red light masks. We're
We'll
gonna
have
have
to
our
do an
scarf.
episode where we have like
Yes.
everything, all the things on, which I did get my bonnet and I have been
Okay.
sleeping with my bonnet.
Good for
So
you.
hopefully
Proud of you.
getting a little bit healthier hair.
Yes, you'll see. It makes a huge difference. I've had a lot of people DM me, like, does it really work? Which one are you using? So I've been sending links of like my Amazon one and then that brand that I can't say that I love, Kitsch.
Kitsch. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Itch.
Kitsch.
So I tried that one too. Love it also. And then it's funny because a lot of moms that have like DM me are like, my daughter's been into it for years. I'm like, so has mine. Mila's been sleeping with a bonnet for like 2 years, and I just thought it was
And
like
her
something
hair looks
cool that the
great.
kids did. And she has beautiful hair,
She
so
really does.
let's
I
see.
I actually sleep with if I sleep in heatless curls a lot, and I'll sleep with
Yeah,
the Kitsch heatless curl like
right. Yeah,
rod,
yeah. The
and I
rods,
love
yeah.
those too. So I definitely stand behind that brand. Awesome. My other do I need this is, and you can let me know if you tried this, is the Day Styling Cream. Have you tried this?
Mila has, and she loves
Okay.
it. And I use it
Okay.
on her hair when she does like a slick back bun, and it really, really works.
I think that's what I need to get because I want to try that for the slick back buns because what I've read, I've been using like the wax stick, but
Yeah.
then it's almost like I have to wash my hair the next day. Whereas I think that styling cream, you can kind of like zhuzh it out and brush your hair out and it like kind of goes back to what it
It's
was
not as
like.
heavy. It's not as heavy. It's true. Like she can last another day with like a different hairstyle. I think I've used it once and it smells
Ah,
amazing.
it smells so good. I smelled it in Sephora.
Yeah, good stuff.
It's so good. Okay, so that might be on something. Maybe I'll try that this weekend, you know?
Yeah, try
Treat
it.
yourself, you know?
My other thing is, do I need monogram towels? I
Yes.
think they're so beautiful and
They are so beautiful.
they're so fancy. And I'm like, that's when I show my age that I'm now into like vacuums and like towels and like good sheets. I took your recommendation. I ordered the Brooklyn and
I
sheets,
love it.
waiting for them to come.
But you
So
know, those little things really
make a
make a
difference
difference. They
for
really
sure.
do. You make a difference in like if that just brings like a little joy in your life,
Yeah,
then do it,
do
you
it.
know?
Why
Especially
not?
if you need new towels. If you're needing new towels, spend the extra $4 at, you know, Pottery
Yeah.
Barn and get your initials
Well,
monogrammed in
I
them.
found them on Land's End and
Oh,
they
I
were
love
like
Lands' End.
moderately priced. The reviews were great because I think I have towels from like Target that are like 5 years old. Like it may
Same.
be time to switch them out, you know? So maybe you'll see me with a monogram towel.
I love that. Or like monogram robes too. That'd be cute too.
Oh, beautiful. Yes, I
I
need one
love
of those.
that. All right, awesome. So those are our do I need this items. Let us know if you think we need these items. Should we skip these items? Are there similar items that we're looking for that you could recommend to us? We would love to try them. And then we're going to jump into our recommendations for this week. My first recommendation is the company Newly.
Okay.
It is a clothing rental company, which they are owned by URBN, which owns Free People, Anthropology, Urban Outfitters.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like Newly has kind of like hit the shopping serotonin button for me
Okay.
because I only do it. You rent 5 items in a month
Mm-hmm.
and I only do it when I have an event. So
Okay.
I was at a wedding last weekend and I did it for this event. And rather than spending the money on like a brand new formal dress that I'll probably only wear 1 or 2 times, I rented a $500 for Love and Lemons dress that was gorgeous.
Gorgeous. I saw it.
And I got to then rent like a pair of pants that I wanted to try and a jacket that I wanted to wear. I just did it again. This shirt is from my
So
Newly.
cute.
It's Damson Matter. It has like this little like tank
I
top
see that.
on
It's
it
so
too.
cute.
It's Stamps and Matter. It had tags on it. It's never been worn before.
Oh, okay.
And I just love it. I just feel like if especially if you're going on a trip, and when I went to Iceland
Right.
I did it, and I like rented heavy coats and snow pants and all of that. But it's my like kind of hack for like you want to get that little like wardrobe, or you want to wear something that you would only wear once anyway.
That's
So
great.
just for, and I know there's like rent the runway and stuff, but I've been into Newly, and especially for events and trips and all.
I love that. I don't think I had ever heard of that one, but I'll look into it. That's cool.
Yeah, so it's cool. And there's lots of reviews, and people like you put your size in, and you can like see people with similar body types, and their customer
That's
service
awesome.
is fantastic. So that is my recommendation for this week.
And my recommendation, speaking of skin and all things, self-care, is if you have the ability to do so, get yourself some good retinol. That's my recommendation. I don't know the brand, I don't care the brand, but I'm actually using Skin Medica, I think it's called, that
Yeah.
was given to me by my derm. I started using it like once a week, and then I graduated to twice a week. And now I think, yeah, I'm at 3 times a week. And it's incredible, like how it leaves your skin. Obviously, you have to use a moisturizer. Make sure that whoever is prescribing it to you explains to you how you have to use it because you can
Mhm.
burn your face. Um, but I feel like my skin is smooth. It feels like soft. It's if you can stop maybe all those other things that are supposed to help or whatnot, retinol I think is a game changer for sure.
It honestly is. I use tretinoin,
Okay.
which is I think a prescription strength retinol. I could be wrong. Maybe
It
tretinoin is
is.
something
You
different.
need a
Okay.
no, you need a prescription for it. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure, yeah.
And to be honest with you, I did it all through Amazon. Like I did an online doctor, and they
You
looked
did
at
tell
my,
me that.
yeah, it was like $25, and I love it. Tretinoin to me has been a game changer. I like you said, you have to be really careful. Like
Hmm.
you have to make sure you're heavily moisturizing yourself. When you go to bed, you need to look like a glazed donut so that your skin can soak all of that moisture up.
And then you've got
But
to make sure you put SPF. You can't be in the sun
SPF,
directly.
yes.
There's a lot of rules to it, but
No, for
I
sure,
think
but worth it.
absolutely. So,
Absolutely worth it.
especially if you're in your 30s or you're creeping up on your 40s,
Girl, yeah, I'm on the wrong side of 30, so it's it's been
Oh
rough.
God. Yeah.
All right, awesome. Well, I think we've had some pretty good recommendations and good do I need this items, and hopefully you guys enjoyed our deep discussion this week, and let us know if you guys have any feedback. But always thank you for tuning in. Make sure you rate, review, and subscribe to wherever you find podcasts, and follow us on social media because we now have a shop my.
We do. Oh my gosh, we forgot that. We forgot to
Yes, we
mention
have a
that.
we have a shop my that is live. So anything that we talk about, you will find linked there. Check out any of those items. We got a lot of requests for people to have our items linked, so we're happy to say that that is there. It's in the link in our Instagram profile. And as always, share this with your friends, and we appreciate you guys listening.
Thanks for listening.
Have a good night. Bye.
Bye.